Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, we got an episode for you guys here today that you definitely want to stick around for. So make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this show, again, totally unplanned, nothing in the works. Was actually done shooting for the day, right? Producing 5 shows today, just imagine, on Saturday. But anyway, we got to keep the grind going. So, as y'all know, the dispute between Jordan Poole and Draymond, we know all of that different stuff. And today we got some major breaking news. Now, what's the quick backstory for those people that have been under a rock? Jordan Poole and Draymond Green got into an altercation. We know that. Now, some people have been saying that maybe it had something to do with jealousy. Maybe it had this to do with it. Maybe it had that to do with it. A lot of people have been speculating on various different fronts about the altercation. Now, Stephen A. Smith recently went on ESPN First Take when he was discussing the altercation between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, and he said he knows one thing for sure. There are 3 players that the Warriors are looking to extend, that they could possibly extend. That was Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and Draymond Green. But he said they're only going to be able to extend 2 out of the 3 players. At the time, he said he believed that those 2 players are most likely going to be Andrew Wiggins, who was a pivotal key contributor for the Golden State Warriors last championship run. And the other person was who? Jordan Poole, right? Who was also a key contributor. And today, it looks as if they were getting a bit of breaking news from Adrian Wojnarowski that the Warriors have already decided to extend one of their players, one of those 3 players in Jordan Poole. And we're getting this via, Adrian Wojnarowski's Instagram account. And that's what I was saying. Like, I had no intention of doing anything. And then I just checked my phone and I saw this. So let me get into what this says here. Breaking news from Adrian Wojnarowski. It continues on. Golden State Warriors guard Jordan Poole is finalizing a 4-year, $140 million contract extension. His agent, Drew Morrison and Austin Brown of CAA Sports told ESPN, sides are completing final details today and formal agreement expected soon. This is a very, very major development. Number one for the Golden State Warriors. Number one, it says that, listen, these guys definitely want to commit to their younger talent. I believe Jordan Poole, let me just actually confirm his age here because I don't know his age. Jordan Poole, he is, how old is he? He is 23 years old. Okay, so he's a very young guy. If we look at Andrew Wiggins, he is how old? He is about 27 years old. And of course, if we look at Draymond Green, he is 32 years old. So common sense will tell you that if you're the Golden State Warriors organization, obviously, you want to extend your younger players. You want to keep them under contract for longer to still try to keep that championship formula still in place. Obviously, you have Stephen Curry, who is one of the cornerstones of that dynasty. He's still a young guy in his early 30s. He looks to be in tip-top shape. Given the nature of his game, it is very, very reliant upon his skills, his skill set and his ability to shoot. Obviously, you're still going to need to have strong legs because your jump shot is directly correlated to having strong legs. And obviously, as you get older, that may wane a little bit. But if you could look at LeBron James, he's an example of somebody that has kept himself in tip-top shape and therefore is able to play at a high level, even at an advanced age. So you have him. Obviously, you have Klay Thompson. If you just look at Klay Thompson's body, he looks very slim. He's also a great jump shooter. So I think these guys, their type of basketball game will translate very well into the future. So if you have these 2 guys there, you have Andrew Wiggins, who is turning into a very good defensive presence for that team. Obviously, you have Wiseman, who's coming back, who's a very young, talented, I believe he's a 5 on that team. You have Jordan Poole, who's an energy guy, a 6-man type of guy that can really light it up, especially when he's coming off of the bench. You're able to retain him. Obviously, you can retain some key contributors, maybe get them on the minimum exception, go out there, sign some veterans or whatever it is to kind of keep this thing intact. I think the Warriors are looking to have sustained success heading into the future. Obviously, they're one of the top organizations in the NBA, one of the smartest organizations in the NBA at roster construction and also culture building. So none of this really surprises me, and we all know that they have a lot of smart folks working within that organization. But as it pertains to the other side about this, what does this really mean for Draymond Green? You know what I'm saying? What does it mean for him? Now, recently, Stephen A. Smith was on, I believe it was, he was on ESPN. What is it? Yeah, he was on ESPN First Take, and he was essentially, He was basically saying that he believes that Draymond Green wants to ultimately become a Los Angeles Laker. We actually explored the possibility of what that would look like in terms of having Draymond Green play alongside LeBron James. And I also said in a recent show we produced, I said that it seems as if, I'm not sure, that LeBron has one final card up his sleeves before he calls it a career. And it could be possible, I don't know, it could be possible that we see LeBron James out there with teammates with Draymond Green, himself, Anthony Davis, and possibly Kyrie Irving, right? Stephen A. Smith also said that he believes that this will be the last year Kyrie Irving will be a Brooklyn Net, and Kyrie Irving also wants to go to play in LA. They didn't specify what team, but most would assume that he wants to play with the Los Angeles Lakers. So to me, this is some very, very big news. Very, 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 very big news. And I think Andrew Wiggins is going to be the next guy that they ultimately extend, which means that which means that Draymond Green most likely will be the odd man out. Right now, obviously, I believe that the organization, he's going to be very respected within the organization in terms of what he's been able to contribute to that dynastic run. He is most likely going to be a Hall of Famer. He is a 4-time NBA champion. So I think Draymond Green, whatever team he's going to go to, he will be able to help them as a contributor, right? And I think that, to be quite honest with you, if Draymond does end up leaving, I don't think it'll be on bad terms. I think if he looks at the business side of it, he can understand that, listen, if I was in a position and I owned a team and I'm looking to remain good going into the future, I would do the same thing if I'm smart, right? If I'm smart, unless you have a cornerstone, once in a lifetime generational type of player, maybe in LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, these type of guys, when they're at an advanced age, you still are going to give them a big contract just because of reputation, legacy, and also the ability for them to fill up the arena. That also counts. Box office ability. That also counts. And trust me, these teams are also looking at that with the star power that these guys have that are able to sell out arenas. So to me, I think this is a pretty big story. But really, the question here is for the audience. Number one, what do you think about the Golden State Warriors deciding to extend Jordan Poole? That's number one. Number two, who do you think will be the next one to get extended? Do you think it's going to be Andrew Wiggins or Draymond Green? And finally, the final question to you, if in fact they end up extending Andrew Wiggins and they don't extend Draymond Green, how do you think it all ends up for Draymond? Do you think he's going to be a Los Angeles Laker, or do you think he's going to end up somewhere else? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.